Welcome back everyone, this is Mondo All Day, back with another video. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at Absolute Batman, Death of the Family storyline. As always, I'll be talking about a little bit of the story, the art, and of course, if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So we'll start off with the actual slipcase. And the sleeve, because this time around, for the Absolute, it comes with the sleeve for the slipcase. So here's going to be the front of it, the back or the spine, and the back. And the cool thing is, obviously you can see it right there perfectly. When you slide it out, boom, right? So there you go. So there's that. And here's going to be the, this is going to be the front, the spine, the back of the slipcase for the Absolute. And then for the book itself, it's going to be the front, the spine, the back, and I'll do a full spread image of the art, which you really don't need, but there you go. Alright, now let's take a look at what's inside. So, what is this book about? So, the book is about the Joker has returned to Gotham City. This time he has returned, but he's returned obviously deformed. I mean, if you looked at the book cover, you'll see what I'm referring to. But he's returned not only deformed, but also more vicious. And so now the Joker begins to taunt Batman by, I guess you can say, confronting certain people, which I'm not going to say. I don't want to spoil it because it's a really short story. And so what Batman has to do now is figure out what is Joker's biggest plan, capture him, but more importantly, does he know the secret? Which is, does he know who Batman really is? And that is the gist of the story. It's a really short story, pretty simple premise. There's nothing wrong with it being simple, because sometimes less is more. But that's all I can really say, because if I tell you more, I'm going to give it away, and I don't want to do that. And with that said, I really like this book. One thing, I have to talk about it right away. The art, it is top notch. Greg Capullo, fantastic art. Look, if you're not really into comics, or maybe you want to get into comics, but you don't want to read kind of the cheesy, bright color, art, get this book, and you're going to be like, damn, I never knew comics can go really this deep and scary and menacing. Because I'm telling you, the art on here, brutal, man. There are some images on here that it'll definitely give you some nightmares. Really, really good. And then also, too, like, you see some parts where some people's heads are turned around. It's just so brutal and vicious, and the art is top-notch. The story in itself, as I mentioned, is short, and it's fine. I don't hate it. I don't love it. To me, it's really, really good. It's not great for me, but it's a really, really good story. And just seeing how Batman tries to figure out what's Joker's big plan, but more importantly, does he know the true identity of Batman? Now, I will say this, though. It does collect only like 6 issues in total. And I'm bringing this up is because, well, I don't want to say too much, I'll spoil it, but if you read this book, you know that Joker confronts certain people, which I'm not going to say, but towards the end of the book, it doesn't really explain how Joker confronted these individuals. I know it sounds very vague, so I don't want to spoil it. And so if you're the type of person that like really wants to know what happened, how did these individuals get confronted by the Joker, you're going to have to get the deluxe edition, because the deluxe edition does include all the side stories. That includes Red Hood, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, Harley, and so forth. So if you want to get the full story, then yeah, you have to get the deluxe edition, because the Absolute only gives you the main issues or collection by Zack Snyder, the story of Death of the Family, and that's pretty much it. So I'm letting you know now, so if you do get this book, don't be disappointed, because you'll be like, hey, wait a minute, how did Joker confront this person or that? It's not included on here. Towards the end, you see these individuals, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, what happened? It's not a deal breaker or anything like that, but for me, I do have the deluxe, and I have read it, so I kind of understood what's going on. So I'm letting you know now. But apart from that, though, again, story's simple, short, pretty straightforward, but it's really, really, really interesting to see the twist, right? That twist at the end, which I'm not going to spoil, don't worry, but seeing that twist at the end is pretty cool and fun. So overall, I think the story, simple, but I really enjoy it. Do you need to have prior knowledge? No, not really. As long as you know the Bat Family characters and, of course, Joker, you'll be perfectly fine. Because they do talk about little bit what happened in the past, what happened to the Joker, and of course the story itself. So prior knowledge, not really. Paper quality. This is the absolute edition, so you're going to get the best paper, and this is the best way to read this story because the colors pop, the blacks are black, the colors like red is red. I mean, the colors pop, and then also too having it a bigger format and also thicker paper, the colors again just pop. The art, as I mentioned, Greg Capullo, top notch. This is just, okay, just look at this right here. You have to admit, this is beautiful. And then the more you read this, the more you're like, dude, this can be an art piece. This can be an art piece. Just this alone right here, look at this. A flaming horse. Weird, yes, but it looks badass. And that's throughout the whole entire book. So, yeah, expect to see, like, super detailed art by Greg Capullo. Pacing. The pacing is slightly above average. There are some moments where it does dip into, like, the average category. Or average pace, excuse me, not category. And it's fine, because usually when it does slow down in pacing, it's usually because they're really building the story up more towards the end. So the pacing does slow down a little bit, a few moments here and there, but most of the time it's going to be above average. So overall, what do I give this book? Easily a thumbs up for me. Fantastic book. I know some people who weren't really into comics, but they read this book and they kind of got into comics because of the art. Because again, a lot of people think comics like are cheesy and corny, are really bright, right? This is a complete opposite. It's gruesome, it's bloody, it's just again, it's one of those you have to see for yourself. And so, once again, what do I give this book? Easily a thumbs up for me in the Absolute Edition. Again, the best way to read this story is, of course, going to be the Absolute, because you get the better paper quality and the colors pop and just everything looks beautiful. So if you've never read this book, definitely get the Absolute. But if you want to know more about the whole entire story and the other characters, then get the Deluxe Edition. Now let's take a look at the back of the Absolute with the cover art or the gallery. Again, just look at the detail. Come on, look at this art. Look at that. You gotta admit, so much detail in it. Greg Capullo nailed it. Nailed the art on here. And when I say blacks for black, I say this because I know with some of the omnibuses, even though some of the art is black, but it's like a grayish kind of thing. You know what I mean? Hope that makes sense. But with the Absolute, I'm telling you, it's almost like you're watching this or reading this in OLED, if that makes any sense. Oof, look at this. Come on. Just look at all the detail. Again, this is Greg Capullo, and throughout the whole entire book, you see all this detail, but just the gruesome of it, you know? Here we go. Batman, Joker. More Batman. You got, I believe it's Robin, Damian Wayne. Catwoman, Batgirl. Todd. Jason Todd. Dick Grayson. Harley Quinn. Tim Drake. The Making of the Death of the Family. Look at all the sketches, man. It's crazy how someone could create all this. We have here Batman 13, the backup. Okay. More scripts. More sketch on here. Damn. That's creepy. Imagine waking up seeing this at night. Oh shit, the bricks. Oh, look at all this. Just look at all that. Damn, man. Having the patience just to draw and sketch this. Oh man, I would get irritated by like the first 5-10 minutes. Okay. I'm skipping some pages because I don't want to spoil it. And that is, as they say, that is that. Let me know what you guys think. Have you read this book? Do you plan on reading this book? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on our support channel, to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the Absolute Batman, Death of the Family storyline, and on to the next one.